Lord, heal our land against coronavirus, other diseases, calamities like floods, typhoons, earthquakes, and man-made destructions, terrorism, illegal drugs, corruption. Transparency TV presents a discussion of vital issues affecting public interests on legal, medical, government, education, tourism, business, sports, family, and religious matters. Hosted by broadcaster Mike Magari. And now, your hosts.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to Transparency TV. I'm your host, Mike Maghari. Today's discussion on our program is about family and religious matters. Our honored guest for today's presentation is the former IBC president and trial lawyer, attorney Leopoldo Shoko Jr. Jun, welcome.
Good morning, Sir Mike. Sa aton nga mga tumalanaw, may aga sa inyo tanan.
Okay. Another honored guest is Mr. Jeffy Howard. He is a corruption advocate and he is also a parent, no? A father. And of course, we will also check with Mr. Ricky Monfort if he is now available on our Zoom interview. No? For the meantime, we touch on family matters. No? It cannot be denied that family is very important to us Filipinos, especially when we love our wives, our children. No? And of course, we believe in the dictum that the family that prays together stays together. And of course, we also touch on parent-children relationships. No? Now, Paul, being a father or a parent, can you tell us about your views on parenting? Because parenting is also very complicated matter, and it is also a matter that needs very important time. No, Paul, tell us about your views on parenting. Parenting is also a complicated matter that
Well,
sacrifices. No?
family being the basic unit of every society, I believe is uh, very important nowadays, no? Especially in this time of advancement of technology. No matter what the church or the government do in order to make our society a safe and peaceful community, still it is the family that plays a big role. Now, as a parent, of course, it is our responsibility to raise God-fearing, responsible, and nation-loving children. The government or the church cannot do this. It's the obligation of the parents. So, dako gid ang obligasyon sa mga ginikanan.
Oh.
So, ang problem is sometimes we don't have irresponsible children. What we have are irresponsible parents who are raising irresponsible children. So I know it's very hard nowadays to raise children with the advent of advancement in technology. Children's attention, especially if you have a Wi-Fi connection at home, this technology gets precious time of the children. So munang problema ta subong as parents kiti the parents mostly are busy working or attending to business. So if you don't have time attending to your children, it will be the Wi-Fi or the technology which will stand as parents of the children. Si ang kabataan na malantaw TV, internet, we have Netflix, we have mo of course Wi-Fi, tanan-tanan ng video malantaw nila.
Oh,
So muna dako ginang roles ng family,
oh.
especially the parents.
No, we could not attain responsible children if we don't have responsible parents, no? Now, we shift to Jeff Hawon, no? Jeff, tell us what can you say about parenting, no? As a father, tell us about your experiences and what have you done for your children.
Actually, good morning, everyone. What happened at present time because of the technology, the the uh, mentality of the young ones is
Hear anybody.
from different from the way we used to be, during our time,
Yes.
because they are now open, worldwide. They can, not like before that we are so close and
Hello?
our our
Okay.
was before is really different.
Oh,
No, the way how we handle the kids, the way that we handle the children, is different from the present time. So sometimes the influence of this technology being like what attorney said that uh, they can go, online, they go to YouTube, they go to Google, or sometimes they just watch movie, using their mobile phone, is totally different from our time,
yes.
isn't it?
Oh,
So much so that the influence of the technology somehow shifted
oh,
the mentality and the attitude of the children
oh.
compared to our time. Because our during our time, when our parents say that, no, you don't do that, you do this, or things like this, is totally different.
Of course, we could not deny the fact that you cannot find a perfect father and perfect children. But nowadays, it's really different, no? With the advent of modern technology. Respect for elders sometimes are being forgotten, and the value formation of children, it depends on the parents themselves, no? If they have the discipline at home, so they are responsible children. Talking about parenting, I understand only very few parents.
Like this one, I'm sorry not to catch you, like this one, we're having trouble with technology now.
Oh, uh,
Sometimes, us, as parents, we also need to catch up, what they have in this present time. Our children is so well versed of doing things, technology,
oh,
and but yes, but we also have to catch up.
oh.
So that is the difference now.
We are talking about family and religious matters, children to parents, no, nowadays, no, because it's really very different when children nowadays seem to have lost their respect and their sense of gratitude to their parents.
Yeah,
Have you also experienced that, Jeff?
yeah, I did, I also experienced that. Uh, like for me, I think that it's better before when they were still children, when they're still young,
Mm.
you can actually tell them something or ask them to do something or maybe reprimand them. But the current situation is totally different because it's like they will always say that it's like they show that they know more, they know better. Yes, that is current situation now. Technology. So,
But sometimes you find are really very uh, good in disciplining or in a sense of gratitude and respect towards parents. Nowadays, it seems it is no longer available to the family? What can you say about that?
I have observed that in many of the younger generation. I have observed nowadays, but in my case, I try my best
Uh,
to train my children to respect the elders at all times.
mhm.
One of the things that I taught them is the mano bala. Gamano na sila sa mga amon,
Oh.
sa mga tigulang, but this gesture of respect nadula because of COVID-19. So again, discourage na ang mano po kay tungod na may ara na hand contact. So nadula, but just the same, ang good morning, good evening, I tell them whether these old people are known to you or not, masugata mo, I tell them to give respect to these people. And when these people talk, you must not talk at the same time. You keep quiet. Okay, if you'll notice, malakat ka sa dalan. Sa una, during our time, pupinta kita, taya tigulang. May aga kita, good morning. Subong yan, sugat anay, bunguan ka lang sa bata, why na ganit sa kakita asin mo. They don't even say sorry. So during our time, kita tatigulang, what we call that, balaga panagatsad kita.
Kaya ang sense of gratefulness po, ang sense of gratefulness sa kabataan mo daw, why again?
Daw kita pa subong ka panagatsad sa kabataan, kay ba si adik bala or ubog to ka kita. So the opposite now is happening.
Opposite, ha?
No, I just hope that these children will turn out responsible people someday, no? But the way things are, makita mo sila. Although hindi man taka-judge, no? Pero lain na gid ang generation. There is what we call generation gap, subong. Kalayo sang gap. No? The feeling ko daw hindi ta ma-get kung ilabla style. So that's what I'm trying to cope now, to study. Kaya sometimes my children, they are really different from our time. No, lain na gid man sila, pero I try my best, no, not they become conservative magyapon. In fact, my children niya college na way pakatilaw boyfriend until now. Wala na sila, mo lang ng one good thing I like about them kay why sila galagaw plus ng COVID pa. So wala nang gigagawa. Ara na lang sila sa balay kay kaklase, they still have classes online. Now, tikabay pa nga ang respect for the elders dapat it will be inculcated in every young children. Kaya someday they will become old people man mo. They will soon realize nga kung sugataan ka lang sa kabataan, kabungguan ka, so why lang ito kalain, matsyag mo bala.
Pero may mga kabataan, they're really very conscious of respect towards elders and gratefulness to their parents. No?
Yeah, may ara man.
Pero
Sa akong case, no, damo ko parents nga kliyente in my law office who have this complaint about their children. Unlike before, sa una, yara, children, subong nga daw sila payaga disiplina sa ila ginikanan.
correct again. Sila yung disiplina, hindi yung ginikanan niya. Ako madisiplina. Daw na palitan.
Nagbaliskad. Yes. Ito mo na problem, especially ang mga gagmay paging mga bata subong. They have this basic knowledge na on mga child abuse. They are being taught in school. So hindi ka na basta-basta maka-spank sa children mo because the school katudlo sila against spanking kag mga discipline bala nga sa aton niya during our time accepted na norm. Subong niya daw hindi na.
Paul Masip, since our topic is family matters, we shift to married life a bit, no? Marriage, no? There are some
Okay.
failed marriages, very common nowadays. In the Philippines, we don't have divorce, legal separation, and annulment, no? We talk about these annulment cases. Can you? So many married couples have failed marriages, and that it is too expensive on the part of married couples who would like to annul their marriages, no? So tell us, what's the latest on annulment cases? Are the requirements still going on? It is not being simplified, and it is too expensive on the part of the married couples. Tell us about the latest, Paul.
Since our family code already provides for avenue for marriages that have failed, no, they have now access to court, no, ma-file sila petition to annul their marriage
Oh,
based on the ground of psychological incapacity, no. Ang damo pa man iban nga grounds. Pero ang usual nga common nga ginausar is on this ground, psychological incapacity. This actually was taken from the Catholic Church nga annulment nga procedure verbatim. It was copied by the family code.
oh,
But before the advent of COVID-19, in my experience, damo yan nag-file petition to have their marriage annulled.
mm,
But after the advent of COVID, sang 2020, in my case, sang March 2020, nag-start ang COVID, no? Nag-lockdown.
oh,
Nag 1 year na ta COVID sang March 2021.
oh,
Wala ko naka-file annulment, not a single case
oh,
for, yes,
oh, no,
wala gid me.
for a period of 1 year.
Oh, for the last 1 year line sa unaya, every month may ara gid ko gina-file.
oh,
So, but silingon, probably,
may bagong report, Paul.
wala man actually.
Other new
We still have the same rule. Why changes?
Oh,
Ang problem, ang change gina dako is the priorities of the people. Subong ang priority, subong is money and food security.
oh,
So, probably, sa akon man experience, in my case, ang laban nga naga-file sang amuni nga mga petition,
mm,
many of them, or if not most of them, are OFW,
oh,
overseas Filipino workers.
oh. Because they can afford.
Ah,
They can afford to pay the legal fees.
so they cannot go home to file the petition. They cannot easily testify. That's why pundo sila, wala sila ka-file tanan. I've talked with some other lawyers. They have the same predicament. Wala man sila ka-file for the last 1 year.
Mm. Now,
So probably why pa imunong tanan ng manapanal sa guro manug-file. Una wala ta.
oo. Ang mga priorities nato ng mga married couples are now different. Ano? Now, there are failed marriages and successful marriages. What can you say about successful marriages? How can you attain success in marriage? No?
In my personal experience, ako hindi pa man gikulawig na I've been married for more than 22 years pa man lang. But in my case, ang secret sa among relationship is our relationship with God. So God is part of our relationship. It's like a tripod. Ako, ang wife ko, kag ang God. So God becomes a part of our family. We pray together, as you have said a while ago. Pray kami every day together before we go out of the house. We pray together sa car. Mag-meal, we pray, and then we have bedtime prayer. Tapos every night, every day, may ara kami rosary. May rosary kami, adlaw-adlaw gina. Sang before COVID, daily mass pagig kami ni Mrs. ko. Di Catholic kami So we go to mass every 7 o'clock kunaga. Na-stop lang pag COVID-19, wala na. So what we do, ano lang kami, video, YouTube lang eh. Pero amo na nga amon, what sustained us, of course, the damo trials, but all these trials are resolved mostly after prayer, git pangadi. Kaya ang prayers, amo nang overcome man sa aton ng mga frailties. Wala, we have personal man nga mga defects kung sa mga sakyan babla ng miyara ta what we call nga mga depekto ng raan inborn. So through prayers ano siya ma-resolve.
Really a good family, no? To be emulated by parents, no? And children. Kaya ang mga kabataan niya, well-disciplined, kung sa ginikanan na nagapangamuyo, God first, ang ilang pero mga pa niya, daw nasentro, sa pamilya, at mahal ng Ginoo, no? And now, before we wind up with our topic on family and religious matters, tell us, Jeff, about your involvement sa mga religious organizations like Couples for Christ and sa organization.
Actually, in my personal, I've been to Couples for Christ. And then I also even invited my parents to join Couples for Christ. And then after my parents, I also invited my two younger siblings to Singles for Christ.
Singles for Christ.
Singles for Christ. So when it comes sa religious matter, insakto na that family prays together. But then, ang experience is like this. When the trial is, the intensity of trial is so much, there are times nga fall out kayo, backslide, we call it backslide, backslide kayo, because siguro, it depends siguro sa strength of faith niya, no? But then, sa ako niya, experience muna, nga, inabalang, you reach to the point nga, ano man, nga, ang gyapon, despite of this, no? So, amo na siya.
Well, what has Couples for Christ and Corsilio de Cristianidad has done for you and to your family?
Well, in my case, full-time ko nga ka-serve sa Corsilio since 1997.
Yes.
No, for the past pila na katuig, more than 23 years, 24. Every 3 months, I attend our 3-day retreat, tatlo ginakadlaw, for the last 24 years. We have our weekly ultria, miyara kami na Bible study, ga-attend man ako. No, we also have our praise and ministry nga mga services on Sunday, which I used to attend. Tapos, amo ni, this retreats that I have been attending, naga-continue na help sa akon. No, it keeps me enlightened ng akon nga mind. It brought me away from vices, ang mga barkada. No, ang ubra ko yaw, sina lang, simba, kag balay. Bataan ko, muna ng bisyo ko.
Ang bisyo mo?
Bisyo ko every lunch break. Pagka-ugto, rest kami ni Mrs. Lagaw kami sa mall, date kami, balik naman 2 o'clock ma office. Up to 7 o'clock sa gabi, ubra naman.
What an ideal husband and an ideal father.
Ano man ta, ga-avoid man ta temptation mo, tinala mo, pulan na kay Mrs. ta.
Now, since our time is running short, no? And atong words of wisdom sa family and religious matters, no? You don't choose your family. They are God's gift to you as you are. to them. And behalf sa ating mga honored guest, Attorney Leopoldo Supo Jr. and Mr. J.P. Howard, I would like to thank everyone for viewing our talk show, Transparency TV. So, thank you so much. God bless everyone.
This has been another presentation of Transparency TV. For questions, comments, legal advices, please contact Mike Maghari at cell number 0961-559-3707. Thanks for viewing. God bless everyone.